During a final exam, the teacher stopped beside me and said my time was already up. I was halfway through my calculus final when Professor Mitchell stopped beside my desk and whispered, "Your time is up. Please submit your exam." I looked up, confused. The clock on the wall showed 45 minutes remaining. Everyone else was still writing furiously. "Professor, there's still time left." He leaned down closer. "Not for you. Your exam time ended 10 minutes ago. You need to turn it in now." My heart started racing. I glanced around. No one else was being told to stop, just me. "I don't understand. The exam is supposed to be 2 hours." His face was completely serious. "Miss Karen, I need you to submit your exam immediately. This isn't a discussion." I felt my hands shaking as I looked down at my half-finished test. I'd studied for weeks. This exam was 40% of my grade. "Can you please explain why?" He straightened up and his voice got louder. "Because you've already had your allotted time. Everyone else started at noon. You started at 11:50. The whole room went silent. Heads turned toward me. I felt my face burning. "I got here early. You told me I could start early if I wanted. I said you could enter the room early, not begin your exam early." My mouth went dry. "You handed me the test at 11:50. You said good luck. I thought that meant I could start. That was your assumption. The official start time was noon. You've now had your 2 hours. Submit the exam or it's an automatic 0. Tears started blurring my vision. "That's not fair. You gave me the test. You watched me start. You didn't say anything." Another student, Devin, raised his hand. "Professor Mitchell, I saw the whole thing. You literally handed her the exam and walked away. She didn't start early on purpose." Professor Mitchell's jaw tightened. "Mr. Park, focus on your own exam unless you'd like to join Miss Karen in failing this course." Devin kept going anyway. "You're punishing her for something you did. That's messed up. One more word and you're both getting zeros." I was full on crying now but trying to stay quiet. My entire GPA was crashing because of 10 minutes. "Please, I need this grade to keep my scholarship. You should have been more careful about following instructions." I looked at my exam. Questions 1 through 8 were complete. Questions 9 through 15 were blank. I'd fail for sure if I submitted it now. But if I kept writing, he'd give me a 0 for the entire thing. Then Sarah, the girl next to me, did something incredible. She raised her hand. "Professor, I also started at 11:50. You handed me my exam at the same time as Maya. Are you taking mine too?" Professor Mitchell turned to her. "You started at noon." "No, I didn't. I have a timestamp on my scratch paper. 11:48 a.m. Check it." He walked over and looked at her paper. His face went red. "That doesn't prove when you started the exam." 3 more students raised their hands. One of them said, "I started at 11:55. You gave me my test early too." Another said, "I started at 11:52. Professor Mitchell was sweating now. "All of you need to focus on your own work." Devin stood up. "Or what? You'll fail all of us? Good luck explaining to the dean why half your class got zeros on the final." The room erupted. Students were talking over each other, calling out times, demanding answers. Professor Mitchell tried to regain control, but it was too late. "Everyone back to work immediately." Nobody listened. Sarah pulled out her phone. "I'm emailing the department chair right now. This is academic misconduct on your part, not ours." Professor Mitchell's voice cracked. "Put that phone away or you're getting reported for cheating." "Go ahead," Sarah said calmly. "Report all of us. See how that goes for you." He stood there for a long moment. Then, without another word, he walked to the front of the room and sat down at his desk. The room stayed tense. I kept writing. So did everyone else. When the clock hit 2 p.m., we all submitted our exams together. 2 days later, the dean sent an email. Professor Mitchell had been placed on administrative leave pending an investigation. All students who started early would receive full credit for the complete 2-hour exam period. Anyone who felt their exam was compromised could retake it. I got a 94 on that final, kept my scholarship, and Devin and Sarah became my best friends for life.